Hello, how are you? I am Joel, and Overwatch 2 is not actually doing too well on Steam. Who knew? Because Overwatch 2 came out 12 days ago as of making this video. 12 days ago, Overwatch 2 came out on Steam. And Overwatch 2, as of right now, is not doing well at all on Steam. It has overwhelmingly negative reviews, and we're going to find out why exactly Overwatch 2 has such bad reputation. I think truthfully we all know why. There are many reasons why. I could just list them right now, but I don't have enough fingers to list every single point. I can try my best, like reselling the content as new content, the shop, the battle pass, bad reputation in Blizzard, sexual harassment campaigns in Blizzard, a lot of bad stuff. There's a lot of bad rep, and Overwatch bearing the brunt of it in the Steam reviews. Much of it is deserved, but a lot of it is directed at the wrong people, because a lot of the reviews, they're directing the hate towards the devs. So while the devs do have some part to blame, they aren't the main reason for why all these issues are apparent in Overwatch 2. So we'll get into the reviews, we'll look through the reviews, and then after, I'll say my piece on how this could potentially be improved and how we could move past this. There's a lot of ways we could actually move past this and improve things for the better. That involves a little something called communication, better communication at that. So without further ado, let's do the reviews and check it out. So here we are, the Steam page, lovely Steam page, and as you can see, overwhelmingly negative reviews. 9% of all these reviews are overwhelmingly negative. Apparently, according to a report, 2/3 of these reviews are from Chinese players. They have no servers, so a lot of the playability is really low. These reviews have a lot of complaints. Some of them are just, review bombs, because there's a lot of review bombs given its reputation. People just tend to, dogpile. You got this one up here. I have 3,000 hours on the Blizzard client. I love this game. I'm so let down by the entirety of the Overwatch 2 change. I've stopped playing the game I love because of corporate greed. Do better. This is a good review. They have 1 hour on the game, so they gave it a little try on Steam. Apparently they have 3,000 hours on the Blizzard client. I don't think they liked 5v5. Next review. The only reason it exists on Steam is so you can give it a bad review. There are people apparently saying that they think the Steam release is a last-ditch effort. I'm pretty sure that's not the case, actually. I'm pretty sure they're doing this because they're probably gonna put other Blizzard games on Steam. The people who make Overwatch porn work harder than the people who make Overwatch. Now, this is a very funny post, but that's a tiny bit, wrong, because the Overwatch devs are really hardworking. They update us a lot. They engage with the community a lot. They engage with content creators a lot. They even put blog posts up, but I'll talk about that a little bit later. Okay, this looks like a good review. I have 300 hours in Battle.net. I loved Overwatch. I still do love Overwatch 1, the game I purchased, which I'm no longer able to play. Blizzard stole my copy of Overwatch 1 and replaced it with an altogether inferior product. From its gameplay to its balancing, to its microtransactions, to its broken promises and outright lies. Don't spend any money on Blizzard games. They have demonstrated a willingness to lie and steal from their customers. If you do give Blizzard your money, don't expect to be able to keep the product you enjoy forever, like you would with any other product. So, yeah, I mean, fair. If you don't like Overwatch 2, that's fair. You don't like Overwatch 2. But, technically, Overwatch 2 is it's just an update, a really big update from Overwatch 1. So, it's the way they campaigned for Overwatch 2, right, to be its own game is very stupid. Because let's be real, okay, Overwatch 2 is just an update to Overwatch 1. We can still call Overwatch 2 Overwatch 1 because it basically is. It's just an update to the game to introduce the battle pass, the shop, 5v5, new mode. That was it. Now we're updating the game again. We get new modes like we just did with Flashpoint. We got a new hero, Illari. So Overwatch 2 is the backlog of how long they spent doing nothing in Overwatch 1 in the last years to actually update the game fully, but they called it a different game. Why? Because the company is stupid. The company is dumb. Maybe we shouldn't have called it Overwatch 2. Maybe we should have kept the name Overwatch and just called it a big update that makes the game free. That would have been perfect. That would have been quite good, actually. It would have brought some people in. They're like, wow, I haven't played Overwatch in a long time. Let me try out Overwatch again. It's not a new game, of course. It's the same game, technically. But they won't get mad about it because they're not advertising it as a new game. They're calling it Overwatch. But now we're calling it Overwatch 2. Overwatch is Overwatch, but at the same time, I don't actually agree with the sentiment that the game that you purchased is no longer able to play because Overwatch 2 is still technically Overwatch 1. It's just like a new coat of paint, basically. Oh, here's a positive review. Look at this positive review right here. Recommended. And then they link TF2. That says a lot about the state of reviews on Steam. Yeah, I'd play TF2. I like TF2. It's a good game, but wow. How many reviews were those? Those were crazy reviews. I fixed the lighting because apparently my lighting went dim while I was doing the review. So sorry for that, but here I am with my face and this new lighting talking about why these reviews are so negative. I think we all know why. I gave some reasons before. All of it's reasonable. We expected the game to get review bombed. It's not a surprise, and the devs did respond to it. So let's check out these blog posts. Alright, so here's the Overwatch 2 blog post by the man himself, Aaron Keller, the game director, if you didn't know. Here's the blog post. Doesn't really say much. It's just, you know, a lot of flubber. I mean, good enough that we got it, right? Communication, all communication is good. But it does say that they're going to move on from the Steam launch. Here it is. We also launched on Steam last week, and although being review bombed isn't a fun experience, it's been great to see lots of new players jump into Overwatch 2 for the first time. They talk about PvE and how it's being cancelled, of course. I mean, sort of pseudo cancelled because they're still releasing it in chunks, albeit very, very trimmed down. They're talking about moving forward, which is great. You know, it's actually good to hear that. They're moving forward from this fiasco, and they're trying to get a new headspace and just push on. Now, this is great, but how many people are gonna read this blog post? I'm talking like, how many casual fans, or how many people that aren't really associated with Overwatch to begin with? How many of these people are gonna actually read the blog post? I don't think many are, you know? I don't think many people are actually gonna read the blog post, because look how many comments there are. There are only 265 comments on this. That links to the Overwatch forum. On Twitter, look at this. Look at this tweet, okay? New director's take his life. Looking at the launch of Invasion, Illari, amazing. Flashpoint, amazing. And our release on Steam, not so good. 58,000 people saw this tweet. That is nothing. That's nobody. 58,000, that's probably the dedicated fans, like the people who are gonna play the game, who are already playing the game and probably like the game. They don't need to read the blog post because they're not gonna have their minds swayed on what's gonna happen. They're probably gonna read it and be like, yeah, it's flubber, like I did. If you look at this post he made here, 265,000. It's not crazy numbers, it's not insane, it's not like 1 million or not 500k even. That would be pretty good. 268k, that's pretty good. You're reaching a wider audience, you know. But this is from the actual release of Overwatch 2 Invasion. This is what you've been building up to. This is what the advertising was for, all that stuff. Even this one here, just one tweet down. It's another director's take about story, only 43,000. Not a lot, actually, not a lot. Now, if you go to YouTube, right there, okay, Overwatch 2 developer update. Aaron Keller in the thumbnail, 660,000 views. So much more than how many people would actually click on the blog post. A developer update about crossplay in Overwatch, 500,000 views. All the times before that, Jeff Kaplan didn't really make many blog posts. He just made the developer updates, or at least the team did. Aaron Keller, he does mainly blog posts. He doesn't really do the developer updates too much. And the blog posts don't really get much traction, whereas many people used to watch Jeff Kaplan, and because of that, they have fond memories of Jeff Kaplan. So what I'm saying is, people who played Overwatch and are now playing Overwatch 2 and are looking to review the game, they're going to be reminiscing on Overwatch 1 because of all the updates they had, all the traction they had in these updates, all the views they got, and they're just reminiscing. Because I've seen many reviews, besides the ones we looked at, looking at Jeff Kaplan, wishing for Jeff Kaplan to return. They're like, I miss Jeff. Where's Jeff? I want Jeff to come back. I hope Jeff is doing well, etc, etc. Because Aaron Keller, while he's known, he's not as well known as Jeff Kaplan was, because he resorts to using blog posts rather than the developer updates. So he's not able to build the communication properly. He's not able to show this new image of the dev team. So many people have a bad reaction to when anything happens with Overwatch because they always blame it on the devs because they've never seen the devs actually talk about the game. They think that the devs are killing the game because they don't see the blog posts as well known as they did with Jeff with his videos. So how do we fix that? Well, for one, we have to try and do some developer updates, you know? Like, we need to stop putting all the important stuff in the blog posts and put some stuff on the YouTube channel. Do some epic developer updates like we used to, because people have this idea in their head that Jeff was the savior, and when Jeff left, everything went bad because the developer updates stopped. We don't have any more developer updates. Jeff was the one that was the face of Overwatch, but now there's not really a face of Overwatch. We don't really have that anymore. And that kind of ruins people's perception of the new Overwatch, of Overwatch 2. And now people are stuck thinking that Overwatch 1 was this amazing game and Overwatch 2 is this bad game, even though Overwatch 2 is still a pretty good game. People don't really know about these improvements that the devs are making or how much control the devs actually have in the game compared to the executives, and they get blamed. The devs get blamed. That's why I basically made this video, because these reviews, pretty good, pretty good, but don't blame the devs for doing stuff that's out of their control. I don't know what else to say, People just, they see Jeff and they're like, yeah, I love Jeff. And Aaron Keller doesn't have his moment to shine because people are still stuck with Jeff in their heads. Aaron isn't able to build that same image as Jeff did because he doesn't have the resources to do so. He relies on the blog posts, which no one reads. So no one gets the information that they need to. And everyone assumes all these incorrect things. And that's why communication, while the communication is there, isn't that good. The communication isn't that good compared to the time of Jeff, when Jeff was actually doing the developer updates. People watched them, all the information was there for you to see, for you to hear. The dev blogs are good. I'll say the dev blogs are good. It's just that they don't reach a wider audience, and you put the really important information in the dev blogs, or even you do the dev blog and then on Twitter you put a little asterisk and you write the correction, or you write another bit of information. No one's gonna read the correction on Twitter, no one's gonna read the dev blog, and no one's gonna get the information that you want to give them. That's a little bit of something that could be improved, and that can be done through developer updates on YouTube, or maybe just like put a tweet on the official Play Overwatch site, or maybe in game have a little news tab with developer comments. That could be pretty good. Like, we've noticed that Illari is doing well. We're going to tweak her a bit in the next patch coming, and then you put the date in a little box at the bottom right of your screen, like, the news tab that's already there. Maybe you could have like dev comments at the top. That could be pretty good. That could be pretty good. It could help with communication. So when people get in the game, they see that the devs are talking to them directly and letting them know what they think about the game and how they're going to improve it. The dev blogs are good. I appreciate the dev blogs. It's just that I'm a dedicated fan, so I read the dev blogs, but not a lot of people are going to read the dev blogs. And that's the main point I want to bring across. That's one of the reasons why Overwatch 2 got review bombed. Besides all the other factors, of course, like there's still a whole bunch of other factors to talk about, but this video will be too long. So I'll leave it there. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Am I right? Am I wrong? I don't know. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. I don't I don't know. Goodbye. I hope you enjoyed that video. I will be gone.